Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a nice day today. Today I am doing a mini deep dive into a company called SheIn. I know I usually do r/anti-MLM readings on this channel, but I thought I'd switch it up a little bit just because this is a topic that I'm interested in. Also, the background of this video, instead of stock footage or meme pictures like I usually do, it's just a video of me drawing in my backyard the other day. I figured that would be a little easier to edit, but also it would just be kind of relaxing to watch. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video and let's just hop right into it. So, fashion. Whether you love it or hate it, it's been around for most of living history. Nowadays, fashion is easily accessible, unlike 100 years ago when most of your clothes were either made by you or your tailor. But fashion moves much quicker now than it used to. And while this has its good sides, like a large variety of styles, colors, and fits to choose from, it also has a downside. So you may have heard of an online store called SheIn. If you're like me, you may have been bombarded on your feed with $500 SheIn clothing hauls. They might catch your eye with their trendy clothes and fun accessories, and you might visit their website to check them out. Then you see the surprising prices. How can such nice clothes be so cheap? Well, you know what they say, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. SheIn is a Chinese-based fast fashion brand, and their parent brand, and please excuse my terrible pronunciation, Shenzhen Global eGrow E-Commerce Co. Ltd., also owns other well-known stores like Zaful and Romwe. It was founded in 2008 and has now risen above the ranks of its sibling brands as the most popular on the internet at the moment, mostly thanks to haul videos on TikTok, Instagram, and also YouTube. Haul videos are quite simple in nature. A creator buys a large amount of clothes or accessories from one particular store and models them for the audience. Usually they're made for fashion inspiration. They can be sponsored or not, but shops like SheIn are made perfectly for haul videos because their prices are so cheap you can buy a lot without breaking the bank. So it's easy to see how fast fashion feeds into hauls and how hauls feed into fast fashion. There's a reason fast fashion is called fast. In comparison to slow fashion, where every piece is well made and created to last, fast fashion is the exact opposite. Clothing is made quickly, with little regard for quality or its wear length. The pieces are made as soon as a new trend pops up and are often thrown out by the buyers after the piece is no longer fashionable, leading to more buying to replace that piece, and the new shirt or whatever will be thrown out in 6 months or so, and so it continues. And boy, does SheIn feed into this. Now, going to their website, you may wonder how their clothes are so cheap, or how they make new clothes so fast. And that is where we get into the dark stuff, because feeding into consumerism is the least of SheIn's sins. SheIn has had many allegations of exploitative labor practices. All the things in this section is alleged, so I don't get sued. And while you can decide whether you believe this or not, I personally do believe these allegations. SheIn outsources its labor, and while that isn't inherently bad, that depends on which company you're getting the labor from. For example, many of the items are from China, which makes sense, not just because SheIn is based in China, but also because China is one of the biggest sources of fast fashion due to their efficiency and quickness in the making of clothes. But China is also infamous for its poor working conditions in factories. Chinese people are not protected legally when it comes to factory labor, and these workers are often put in exploitative and dangerous situations where they can be overworked, underpaid, exposed to health risks, and sometimes have to live in crowded dorms. Some sweatshops even utilize child labor, even though that directly violates China's labor laws. And in this past August, SheIn did not disclose its working conditions for the United Kingdom's Modern Slavery Act of 2015, putting its labor practices even further into question. SheIn has denied claims of worker exploitation on their website, but haven't brought forth any proof denying such claims. So it's up for debate whether their clothing is made ethically, but it's safe to assume that it is not. So now that we've gotten through SheIn's alleged exploitation, let's talk about its racism. It unfortunately has quite a record of selling some pretty offensive items, so let's briefly look at some examples within the past year or so. This past May, they were selling a phone case depicting a black man lying on the ground handcuffed with a police officer outlining his body in chalk. This image without context is quite awful, but the image was actually stolen from an artist named Jean Julian, who created the image to raise awareness about the police shooting of Michael Brown, who was only 18 at the time, in 2014. SheIn confirmed on Twitter that they didn't get permission from the artist to make this phone case. Last summer, SheIn got in some hot water for, well, selling a swastika necklace. They removed this item after the post started going around, but they used the excuse that the necklace was supposed to be associated with the Buddhist swastika and not the Nazi one. But for most people, a swastika is associated with the Holocaust, and it's just a bad move in general to make something associated with that. Also from last summer, they were caught selling Muslim prayer mats as decor. This item was also removed from their site after backlash, but this disturbing trend of appropriation and racism does not sit well with me at all. Now, let's take a look at SheIn's history of stealing small businesses' designs. Every 2 or 3 weeks, I see a video or a picture from a small business claiming that SheIn stole their designs. And while sometimes the pieces are just similar, often the two are almost identical. The pictures I have up now are all fairly recent within the past year. And oftentimes SheIn gets away with this because most smaller brands don't have the money to go against them. And I suppose it's no surprise that they allegedly steal from small businesses. Since they pump out so much stuff all the time, they're bound to run out of ideas pretty quickly. And I'm sure it's tempting to go the easy route and steal from someone else. And it's such a shame that a piece made with so much love and inspiration from the original creator is just snatched away by a large company to add to their list of soulless, poorly made imitations to be sold to the masses for under $20. Now, this video was not made to be an attack on people who have bought from SheIn. I've bought from SheIn once. I understand that for minimum wage workers and lower class people, it's hard to find clothes to ethically buy outside of thrift stores, especially if you need a specific item or your size is hard to find elsewhere. My issue, however, is with the people who can afford to shop ethically, but choose not to because they can get huge amounts of clothes and accessories for much less from SheIn and other similar stores. And it sucks, really. Even some anti-MLMers here on YouTube post SheIn hauls here and there. And it's not only disappointing, but in my opinion, hypocritical. I think we can all agree that MLMs are terrible and exploitative business structures. But it's strange to me how some people make a video about that and the next day post a SheIn haul. Now, this isn't to call anyone out or start drama or anything, God forbid. But instead, it's just me saying that we should, as anti-MLMers, also acknowledge other forms of exploitation, and also not support unethical companies like SheIn. So, there you have it. My personal hot takes on SheIn and fast fashion. Hopefully next week I should have a regular r/anti-MLM video up, but let me know if there are other topics you'd like me to do mini deep dives on. I know that this video was quite a while in the making, and it may not seem like I put in a lot of effort into it, but it took me quite a while to figure out how I wanted this video to be structured and to do research, and then of course work got in the way of me actually making the video, so I hope you enjoyed either way. The picture I am drawing in the background of this video is based off of a picture I saved on Instagram of the beautiful Kate's Darling. Her makeup is always beautiful, and I hope I did her justice in this picture. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.